Your job today is to create a Google site. So get to the Google platform, go up to Sites, and we're going to create a site. Click Create. Now I use a blank template because it allows me a little more latitude to add things. You can use a gallery template if you like. You do have to do a lot of erasing and re-putting in of stuff, but I suggest the blank template. Now name your site, and we're going to name it with your period, the class period first. So this is, well, take third period. Now your first initial, I'm going to use my grandson's name for Wyatt Traverso, and then for A. Okay. You'll see that Google creates a URL for your site. Now select a theme. Scroll down and find a theme that you like. There are lots, and you'll also find online that there are other themes that you can use. But to get started, because you can change your theme anytime, to get started, let's just choose one that's going to work for the moment. I'm going to choose tiles. All right. If you go down here and you click more options, you can put in key search words or tags for your site. I don't really recommend that at this point, but if you wish to do it, you can. And now we'll go up and we'll click Create again to create our site. And there is Wyatt's site. Yay! The first thing you need to do is to share it, because right now it's only shared by me. Private. Only the people listed below can have access. But I actually want everybody in our senior class or in this class to be able to access your work should they need to, or for peer review or something like that. So let's change that. And we're going to put anyone with the link. That way your folks can look at it, whatever. So we're going to save it, anyone with the link. But I also want my peer review partner to be able to access and make changes on the site if I want them to. So I'm going to pretend my peer review partner for Wyatt, i.e. me, is Mr. Megan. So I'm going to add Mr. Megan in there. And I want Mr. Megan to be an owner too. For the purposes of this class, you don't need to do this step, and I would recommend that the only person you put in as owner is me. So pretend that I'm Mr. Megan, that, yeah, you know, put in the name of your teacher, which would be lramey@sarahhs.com, but because this is my site, I can't do that. So, and make me an owner. That's really important. Do not, so it starts with this clicked. No, 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 don't do it because it makes people crazy. Unclick that. Share and save. Now we're going to click OK because we're skipping the email notification. There we go. So I, in the persona of Wyatt Traverso, am an owner, and Mr. Megan is an owner because he's my, for the purposes of this demonstration, teacher. And anyone who has the link can view. So that's great. Now I'm going to go back to the site. That sharing is really important, and you want to do it first thing. Now we want to add pages, and I'm going to give you the order to add the pages. We have a home page, as you can see. So the next page we're going to add is relationships. We want it to be a web page. We want it at the top level, and we're going to create it. Cool, it's created. Danger, danger. It won't stay there if we don't save it. Good. Now we're going to add another page. And this page is philosophy. Same thing, it still is at the top level. It's still a web page. We're going to create it. And save it. I can't tell you how much work I have lost by not saving. So be careful about that. We're going to add a new page. This page is archetypes, not archetypes, archetypes. It also is a web page. It also is at the top level. We're going to create it. And save it. The next page, add it, is memoir, because you all are going to be reading a memoir. It's still at the top level. It's still a web page. We're going to create it and save it. We're going to add another page. This page is a weird page. We're going to call it Christian anthropology, and she can spell too. Christian anthropology, same thing, top level web page, great, create. And save. And now we're going to add another page. And this one is a little different. It's going to be called participation. And it is going to be an announcements page. What happens when we make it an announcements page is it's going to be like a blog. And because we're talking about participation here, it's going to allow different class members to comment and add to your ideas. So we're going to create it. And for some reason, it did not ask us to save it, but we will trust that it's there. We're going to add one more page. This will be reflection. This is going to be for your big reflection on your learning, either at the end of each grading period or the end of the semester. It's going to be a web page at the top level. We're going to create it. Voila, we have our site set up, except that the order in the sidebar isn't the order that we're actually probably going to be working with the different topics. So let's go down to, oh wait, I almost made that horrible mistake. Yeah, save. Let's go down to edit sidebar. Edit navigation. The reason that it showed the sidebar in the order it did is because it automatically organized them. You'll see this little box here. We want to unclick that. If it automatically organizes, it puts them in alphabetical order, and we don't necessarily want them in alphabetical order. So our first page was relationships. We can use these little gray arrows to move it up to the spot we want. The second page was philosophy. The third page was archetypes, perfect. The fourth page was memoir. Now Christian anthropology, participation, and finally reflection. So that's all good. Now we're going to click OK. There's that save again. Make sure you do that. Save. Oh, that little sign up there says it has been saved. So now we can go back to our website. There are our pages in the sidebar, and we're at home. So how do you edit a page? Go to the little pencil here, edit page. On your home page, you're going to be including a brief introduction to yourself and a photo of yourself. So you'd type in here your introduction, and I'll give you more specific directions on what I want included in that direct introduction. To insert an image, you would click that. You can upload an image from your picture files, or you can go to a web address to upload pictures to illustrate your website as we go along. Just remember that you need to use Creative Commons search so that you get copyright-friendly images if you're pulling them off of the web, and you need to cite them. Yes. Okay, so let's say we've added our picture. We're good to go. The other thing you can do is insert gadgets, and I'll let you play around with that. But any gadget that you insert in your website needs to be appropriate for the content of our class. Just so you know, this is academic work. People will be seeing it. You are showing that you are a professional. What are you a professional at right now? You are a professional student, and you recognize the difference between personal, social stuff and academic performance. Okay, so we're going to save. I'm not quite sure why. And that's it. Your site is created. Great. Now we have that set up and we can move forward in the class. Let's just go to more. If you go to page settings, you can allow comments on each page, and you can allow people to, or you yourself can attach documents to the page, which in your participation section might be important. It might be important in other sections too. So this is for our homepage, I believe, and we're going to save that. And you'll see now I can attach a file if I want, and now I can add comments. And I will do that. I'll be adding comments to your site pages. The other thing that you can do is go to revision history. Now, this is great for a teacher. Yeah, it would be if we could get there. Let's see. Revision history. Is it? Yeah, here we go. But it's also helpful for you. So one thing I can do is if I've given you a due date for an assignment and I've said post it on your website, I can go in here and it's going to give me the date and the time that it was posted. So you may have posted it on the due date but then done work later. Well, the one I'm going to grade is the due date one, okay? But the other thing is that if you lose work, you can go back to the previous version to recapture what you had already saved. It's not going to help you if you didn't save your work, but you can at least recapture what you had already saved. So that's pretty cool. All right, there we go. That's your site. Good luck. I hope to see your sites up soon, and make sure that they are shared with me. Okay, signing off.